Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Tech That Doesn't Byte Cast. I am Simon, and of course,
And of course, that guy,
joining me is Jeff Worden.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't know why sometimes it just those kind of things slip out of my tongue.
You're obviously being possessed. That's the short answer. I have no other natural reason. It must be. It's obviously a supernatural issue that you're having.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is, and we roll the punches.
Right on. That's all we can do. Just make the most of it. Yeah. So what's a good word, Simon? How have you been doing? You doing all right?
Doing all right. You know, just I don't know. What else I could do? There's nothing else for me to say. I'm doing all right.
It is sorry. When you're in a pandemic, it's like, okay, what's new? My walls got dust here, and I think I've been watching my grass grow. Yeah, no, I get it. It's but the plus side, we're all vaccinated, so we're bound to get out at some point and have life return to a semblance of normalcy. That's the cool part. So I'm personally excited about that. So
yep.
We'll see.
I'm somewhat excited about it. Not looking forward to the traffic.
Oh no, I was actually just out driving on the 10 freeway, and by God, it felt like I was home. It was just wasn't as bad as it could have been, but honestly, I'm like, you've got to be joking. It's already back.
Yeah, it's back. Yeah. Well. Oh well. So let's.
It was good while it lasted.
Yeah, I wish the traffic part would last a little bit longer.
Oh yeah. Well, I wish it was a permanent effect, but whatever.
Yeah, but no, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
let's get on with our first story, and our first story matches with what our thumbnail is.
Yep.
And it's basically, when we reported it, I think a day or two after, just like this came out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah. So Google, this is what we did. We put YouTube TV in the main YouTube app. What now, Google? So
what now, Roku? But still,
sorry.
That's okay.
What now, Roku?
Yo, man, what now? What you got? Yeah. No, I hear you.
For our listeners out there, what basically happened was a few weeks ago, Google and Roku, they couldn't make an agreement about the YouTube TV app, right? To have the YouTube TV app available on the Roku platform. Long story short, they're arguing about money because that's what ultimately it's all about.
Business, profitability, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So Roku,
business. Sorry, go on.
So Roku said, we're going to remove the YouTube TV app. If you guys are subscribers to YouTube TV app, if you already downloaded it, you can still keep it, but new users, they can't download it on Roku. So there's been this ongoing fight with Google and Roku about YouTube TV, the YouTube TV app being available on the Roku devices.
Right.
So now here's what they did. This article from Ars Technica, previously on Google versus Roku. Roku and Google needed to renew the contract for YouTube TV. Google's $65 per month cable TV replacement. That is very expensive, but it is what it is.
Right.
On Roku's TV platform. The two companies weren't able to come to an agreement on the new contract, resulting in YouTube TV being pulled from the Roku store. Oh no! While existing customers could still use the YouTube TV app they had already installed, new users couldn't sign up. Will the two companies ever be able to settle their differences? Or is their friendship ruined forever?
Dun, dun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The friendship will not be ruined forever because once you show the dough, it's all good.
Exactly. Everybody's happy when there's money being flashed about.
The next exciting episode in this saga aired on Friday when Google announced in a blog post that it was just going to run an end around on Roku and stick the YouTube TV app in the YouTube app. The YouTube app is the regular YouTube app that you can use, that the one that doesn't have television, live TV, tied into it. So these are stuff that
basically they're separate services. Basically, they're
basically separate services. So what they're basically doing is we're just gonna stick in the YouTube TV app in the regular YouTube app. So now YouTube and YouTube TV exist as one service. Before it was separate apps to get to download.
Right.
And while the YouTube TV contract expired, and the app was taken off the Roku store, the YouTube contract does not expire until December. So that's like,
all right. So they bought some time, so to say.
they bought some time to like, hey, since the YouTube app is running, Google was able to quickly shove YouTube TV functionality into it.
Yep.
On the side navigation menu, the last link in the list reads, go to YouTube TV. This is not unprecedented. It's actually the way YouTube Music works too, with a sort of an app within an app interface. Google says it's working to come to an agreement with Roku to ensure continued access to YouTube TV for our mutual customers. But Google threatened Roku with another escalation, saying, we're also in discussion with other partners to secure free streaming devices in case YouTube TV members face any access issues on Roku. A few weeks ago, Google offered to renew their YouTube TV deal under the existing reasonable terms with Roku. So Roku seems to be the current aggressor. In response to this latest move, Roku sent the following statement to The Verge.
Bite me.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So you could definitely read the statement. It's basically saying that, we believe this is not fair. They're like an unchecked monopoly about Google. So long story short, basically Google is doing the workaround so they don't, kind of like they're playing Roku and Roku's not being happy about it.
They're cheating the other guy and passing the savings on to you.
Yeah. But here is, again, this is why I like streaming services, but this is the nonsense that we as consumers have to deal with. And for some reason, we're tied into it. It's like basically, hey man, this is your fight. I don't want to be part of it. Why am I part of it?
Right. No, that's a good point. But unfortunately, it is what it is now, that if we want to watch all our favorite stuff, YouTube TV, just as an example, we need a platform to watch it. Roku is the way to do it. And now that they've basically have removed it and whatnot, we're out of luck unless we happen to have the YouTube app already installed. Which if you had YouTube TV, then this isn't really that big of a deal for you. But if you want to get it, you're out of luck until they figure it out, or Google goes to another platform, which arguably, at least based on last week's articles, will not be as pervasive as Roku's 32% market share here in the US. If you're in some other part of the world, not such a big deal. This part of the world here in America, Roku's king. And I think, who was the other one that was like 17% or something like that? They were about half
27.
The market share. It was the 27. Amazon. Okay. So a little bit of a drop there, but they could go with Amazon.
27 in the States, Amazon second.
Oh, okay. Okay. So here in the States, Amazon then, you know what? Maybe a little bit of a loss of market share may not be so bad if they could at least get a better deal with Amazon. Not as much distribution.
Well, I mean, like YouTube TV is available. Is it available on Amazon? I believe so. They're available in other platforms right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's not an exclusivity to Roku.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I thought that was the case. So,
no.
All right. Well, yeah, then it really doesn't matter. You just go get your YouTube TV with another service or whatever.
So, I mean, like, I could see Roku, like, we want our fair share, and Google as well. But the problem with I see is Roku is this isn't the first time they pulled this kind of,
maneuver.
tactic. Yeah. They did it with HBO Max.
Yep.
For 6 months until 2 weeks before the release of Wonder Woman 84 on HBO Max. Right. They finally make an agreement.
Yeah.
So it took them that long. And they also did that with Peacock in September of 2020.
Right.
It's like, okay, are you going to keep doing this with every single new service?
Well, no, it does suck. But again, that's, I guess, how Roku chooses to do business. I would simply say rather aggressively in their negotiations. That also might be why they have such a higher market share, because they go after this stuff so aggressively.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right.
If they keep doing this, and then as more consumers get a hold of this, like this news right here, there's like, man, Roku, they keep doing this stuff already. They could just easily abandon the Roku product and service.
Yeah.
And go with another device that doesn't have issues like this constantly.
Right.
To be honest, constantly.
Yeah.
And just forget about it. I mean, all they could do, they could either do this. They could either buy Amazon Fire TV. Okay. Yep. That's the cheapest route.
Right, right.
They could either buy another streaming device like an Apple TV,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or they could buy a Chromecast, which basically just casts anything that's played on your phone. So you could get YouTube TV on your phone. You just install the app and just cast it to your TV via the Google Chromecast. Or you don't want to deal with streaming devices, buy a computer or use your existing computer, plug in, through the HDMI, and you're there.
Yeah. There's a lot of options out there.
You don't have to be in the middle of this nonsense fight. Because they have some problems.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're techie enough to kind of figure a lot of this out, you could totally do it. And I'm not suggesting that there are a lot of people out there who aren't techie enough. I mean, basically, you plug a device in the back of your TV.
I'm pretty sure they'll learn how to do it if they don't have to deal with this anymore.
That's a valid point, and that is a valid point. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, eventually, you're going to get the customers are going to be like, are going to walk with their wallets. Going to take their dollars somewhere else, but they're all making so much money as it is. The little losses here and there isn't that big of a deal. This type of churn in customers is expected. That's going to happen. But because the long term or the long term is that once a deal is made, if a deal is made, they will simply market, either get those people back and or find new customers anyways. So they don't necessarily lose that much money.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
it's just annoying.
Oh no, I agree. The free market can be crap sometimes. It's like, oh, we need our billions of dollars. I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I want to watch, more cat videos on TV. Damn it,
I want to watch my sports. I want to watch my TNT. All right, it's almost playoffs. All right, it's almost NBA playoffs, and you pull this nonsense on me.
There you go. Yeah,
it's like that's infuriating.
Yep, I agree.
As someone who uses a Roku device, right here. If I was subscribed to YouTube TV app, I'll be pissed. I was pissed when they didn't have HBO Max for like 6 months.
God, yeah, that must have really sucked. I don't envy you there. I
was pissed off. I was like, come on, you guys don't reach the deal yet? It's like put on your adult pants, get in a room, talk like adults, and get it settled. Stop acting like a bunch of children.
Well, welcome to what money does to people.
It's like, my gosh. It's like, okay, now we have a problem with Google. So and now I'm on question, like, can I rely on Roku to stay like this, to be able to provide these services to me without, having them bicker with other companies? Can I rely on them? Because sometimes now I look at it's like, okay, which service is next that they're going to have a problem with?
No, that's a good point. And that's the thing. I mean, you could vote with your dollars, say, okay, yeah, smell you later, Roku. I'm out of here, and, go with somebody else. But the question is, are they just as bad or worse, God forbid, in terms of their business practices and how they negotiate with other people? That's a big thing. I would assume they're not. I don't know for sure. I mean, I admittedly, I don't follow it that carefully. I mean, Roku obviously has chosen to put themselves in the spotlight, and Google outed them because apparently they've done this all the time, pointing out HBO Max and whomever else they were doing dealings with. So
Google didn't point them out. I did, because I followed this news. So
okay. Well, no, I thought that Google said, they've done this before, or Google mentioned that they did this before, be it with HBO Max, whatever. But that's obviously you being a Roku customer, you see that. So yeah, you definitely saw that.
This is why I have a Chromecast as well.
Okay.
Just in case one of these devices pulls something like this. I knew it. I have a feeling they will do something like this in the near future. So yeah, that's why I was like, it's like I want to a point where I don't need a backup device. But it's not possible.
There's always going to be conflict when there's money involved.
Yeah.
Let's not even kid ourselves about that.
All right. So long story short, just get a computer.
Yeah. Right? There you go. Just solve that part. Get a laptop, get a desktop.
Get a laptop, plug in HDMI. Don't know how to do it. There's a bunch of YouTube instructions.
And I'm sure even Simon can walk you through it.
Kind of ironic. Go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube and figure it out exactly.
Go to YouTube on your Roku. Figure out how to plug your computer to your TV and the sound as well, and then toss that Roku device if you don't want it anymore.
There you go.
use the service that they don't like to figure
Love it. Right. Exactly. Use the device of trouble there and get yourself set up with someone else. There you go.
I mean, it's frustrating, man. I agree. Roku has some really good devices, but I feel like Roku needs to be careful, because without these services, your device is useless.
Yeah. No, and that's just it. I mean, obviously, if they keep driving away their partners, Roku's not going to have anything left. So arguably, they need to be careful about that too. Now, given the massive market share that they have, they're not really going to be losing money anytime big in the near future. But to keep that kind of crap up, they got to get a reputation, and it could be a bit more problematic. It's like, yeah, we really want the market share, but do we really want to deal with Roku and their team of lawyers and those jerk executives? Yeah, that becomes kind of a sticky point. Because a big sticky point.
So
we'll keep you posted about this news as it comes.
Yeah, Roku and Google,
work it out.
Work it out. Come on, seriously, work it out. Because you know who's hurting the most? It's your consumers.
Yep.
Your customers are the one that's hurting, not you guys.
Always is.
Always is, man.
Always is.
All right, let's go on to the next story. And next story is, I'll have you do your story. It's Amazon.
Amazon. All right. Well, Amazon, by God, they're on the side of justice here. Okay, who am I kidding? All right. So Amazon has chosen to sue tech scammers.
Not for affiliate links.
Right, exactly, right? All right, so Amazon is suing tech scammers who it says use their company name to gain clicks. So basically, in a Washington federal court, Amazon has filed a lawsuit to widen their investigation, Amazon's investigation into scammers who flood phones with fake deals and discounts, right? So basically, you're getting a text like, hey, if you follow this Amazon link, you can get this deal, right?
I might have seen those before.
It's possible. I don't recall if I've gotten one off the top of my head. I may have gotten one maybe, but I'm not even sure at this point. I tend to get more like scam casting calls. Those are always a lot of fun too. So, all right.
Or scam UPS deliveries.
Right. I usually get those in emails. That's usually where I get them, not so much on my phone. All right. So Amazon is suing a group of unnamed individuals who allegedly text spam scams under the Amazon name to get hapless clickers to go to their specific advertisers and websites. So basically they say, hey, if you click here, you'll get these really fabulous deals on something from Amazon and whatnot, when in fact it's going to take you to a not Amazon.com website. And there you go. Okay, so quote, these bad actors are misusing our brand to deceive the public, and we will hold them accountable. We'll also want to remind consumers to be vigilant and learn how to recognize the signs of a scam so they are protected no matter where they shop, end quote, said Kathy Sheehan in a statement, who is Amazon's vice president of business conduct and ethics. And the article actually goes on about how Amazon has had successes in busting other scammers in a few other states. So, yeah. So what do you think, Simon? It's any thought on that?
I mean, it's scammers are finding new ways to scam other people. So
right. I
using Amazon, and not surprising, it's probably one of the most used online retailer in the world.
They're highly prolific. Yeah, very, very prolific.
So they're gonna go after them and use them as a way to scam other people. So
right. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, my take on this is that, frankly, these lawsuits are a bit frivolous. I'm not saying there really isn't that much valor to them. I think it's great that they're busting people, but I kind of see them more as kind of like a hyper hydra type of thing, where you cut off one head and 4 more grow back, and it's just the sheer volume of scammers that are out there.
They'll go somewhere else and do some other way.
Right. And that's even provided. They're talking just people in the United States. If they're doing this outside the US, they're not going to get them. They're not going to have any jurisdiction. They'd have to work with the local law enforcement over there. God, what a big pain in the butt. Are they really going to bother them? Probably not. Who knows? Yeah. But the one thing that actually kind of got me laughing really hard about this, apart from like all the frivolity of it, if you will, what got me laughing the hardest about this article was the fact that the word Amazon and ethics actually got used in the same sentence. That's actually got me laughing absolutely the hardest of this whole thing.
Yeah, now you brought it. I was like, ethics, huh?
Yeah, right. Ethics, Amazon? No way.
Yeah,
that's just not.
And
right.
we know from experience.
God,
we know from experience.
Yeah. Don't even get me started about like some other article I read about where Amazon was being sued by the European Union and in Luxembourg to get where I guess Amazon actually won their case, where they were going to be charged something to the effect of 250 million euros in back taxes. So we're talking dating back to 2017, but Amazon actually got it wiped away. And all the EU is trying to do is get them to pay their fair share. But I don't have a lot of particulars about what they're being taxed on and all this stuff. There were a lot of things with it, but I'm like, I won't go into that one. Maybe another time I'll go into that one. But that was kind of a wild thing. But you can also go on about how they're not paying their fair share of taxes here in the States too. Ethics, absolutely. Whatever about that. All right, Simon. What do we got next?
Amazon, good luck.
You're right, exactly. All right, what do we got next here, Simon?
Next one is, this was kind of a strange news that I did not expect. The open source audio editor Audacity.
Ooh,
that's being used by a lot of people, creators, pretty much anyone that's looking for a free audio editor. You know,
it's supposed to be very good. I've not used it personally.
I've used it
very about it
constantly.
Yeah,
I've used it constantly, and also Adobe Audition as well. But from time to time, I use Audacity for just quick editing.
Right.
So this is from ghacks.net. Open source audio editor Audacity is now part of Muse Group. Never heard of Muse Group. Audacity is one of the most popular free cross-platform open source audio editors. Can be downloaded and be used on Windows, Mac OS, Linux machines, and is regularly updated and quite accessible. Audacity, as an open source project, is maintained by a group of contributors. Anyone may download the source code of the program and compile it and contribute the code to the project. We have followed the development of the audio editor for years and even published a few tutorials on this website.
Oh, nice.
The first mention of Audacity dates back to 2008 when this site published the tutorial. So yeah, it's pretty old software.
Nice. Not as old as Go Wave, but we won't go there about that.
Muse Group was formed last week, and this article was dated back in May 3rd of 2021. So it's best known for its open source Muse source music notations application and for Ultimate Guitar. Ultimate Guitar founder Eugene Nadavnov, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name.
Say it 5 times fast.
No, is the first chairman of Muse Group, and he acquired Muse Score in 2017 and announced the acquisition of Audacity this week in a YouTube video. Audacity is listed as one of the 2 projects on the company's website, but the official Audacity website makes no mention of the change. There's no press release yet either, and details are a bit murky at the time of writing. The exact turn of the acquisitions are not known. Existing Audacity users may be interested in the project's future. Acquisitions may lead to undesirable changes or even the discontinuation of a program, but this appears not to be the case for Audacity. It's reviewed plans in the video to contribute to the project and hire senior developers and designers. More contributors could improve development. Light, non-destructive UX changes may be part of upcoming releases. While it's too early to tell where the acquisition will take Audacity, it may take the audio editor the next level by introducing more developers and a larger community to the project. A look at the group's open source music notation software Muse Source shows how this could pan out in the future. So basically, it's being acquired, Audacity, and we don't really know what the future is for Audacity.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, I am going to assume in good faith that it's going to stay open source.
Yeah.
And still be free to many users out there.
Yeah.
And, maybe don't change too much of it, maybe improve it.
Well, I think, open source is not a bad way to go. I mean, it can certainly cause problems with, with people not doing the right thing, whatever. But I mean, I would hope that there is a strong peer review involved with open source, adding of stuff and making changes to the functionality of any given program. You can say that for Mozilla's Thunderbird program, or even Firefox for that matter. They've done pretty well for that. Yeah, it's gotten a little bloated here and there, but I think that's to be expected of any program that's been open source for a long time. But I generally have no issues with Firefox or Thunderbird for that matter. I've been looking to try to add a plugin of my own at some point, which I'm not very good at. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, this could be a good thing. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how it goes. And since you're an Audacity user, you actually will probably see firsthand some of the big changes they make with the program itself.
Yeah,
maybe at some point I'll probably download it myself and check it out. But obviously there'll be a learning curve to actually using it. I'm like, okay, do I really want to go through all that? But I might do that. We'll see. We'll just have to see.
Everything's a learning curve, man, in tech.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Oh, adapt. This is your job, man.
I don't want to adapt. I'm too old for that. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next story. Next one is Motorola.
All right, now I'm actually excited about this personally, but let me kind of give you the skinny on this one. All right, so
why are you excited?
Why am I excited about this? Okay, so Motorola has partnered up last week Wednesday with a startup group called Guru Wireless. All right. And they are going to provide medium range wireless charging technology without using a pad. Okay. Now, if you're familiar with this sort of thing, the idea is that you plug in a pad to a table or whatever, you put your phone on it, and it wirelessly charges. Yeah, that's pretty slick. I love it. It's slick. It's really cool. And I've even seen some really fun, like kind of like Elvic runic designs that have been made with some of these pads. That's actually really kind of cool. I think it's really kind of slick and fun. So that's neat. So, however, this is a little different where the way it works is that basically a hub is installed in a room that will beam power via radio waves to the range of about 10 feet or more to your devices like phones, laptops, and maybe even to drones. Okay. However, which devices will get this technology really hasn't been announced yet. So in short, I would see basically any new Motorola or Lenovo device, since Motorola is a subsidiary of Lenovo, will be constantly charging if there is a hub at the location you're in. So your phones, watches, gaming controllers, tablets, literally anything that requires a cable to charge or a pad to charge will no longer be needed. We're talking true wireless technology, if you want to look at it that way. Unfortunately, what's happened here is that at this point in time, the technology just hasn't caught on yet. That's the big drawback here. And the situation for that has been compared to kind of a
right. Is it going to be another vaporware?
Well, I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, it's been compared to kind of a chicken and the egg sort of situation, right? Without widespread charging hubs, there's little incentive for device makers to support the technology, and vice versa. Without device maker support, there's no reason to buy a hub. So it's like, and I'm like, oh, okay. But you know what? I believe in this technology. I think this would be a great next step to have, I would say, especially in the office. My opinion about this, if you get a few companies to actually do this, I would say bigger companies, and it works really well, and that's the trick. It's got to perform really well. Then you know what? I think a lot of other companies will follow suit on this. But like I said, I think also a really big thing about this that people aren't really thinking about is that whether or not it would increase or decrease of the cost of electricity and wherever you're at. But if you get a bunch of solar panels on the roof of a lot of these newer buildings that have them or older buildings that are putting them on there, you know what? You got the sun during daylight, during working hours that are powering all these devices in your office. Yeah. So the cost goes down over time, not an issue. So, I'm excited. I think this would be really super cool. That's just I think this would be a great thing to have. And honestly, if it was, I don't know what the cost of this sort of thing is, but if it were cost effective, I might even think about putting it in my own house, but it probably wouldn't be that cost effective yet for home users. That's my personal take on it, but I don't know. It didn't give a lot of details about that.
It's a cool concept, but I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing. It's again, the whole chicken and the egg thing, right? You don't know. I mean, there's no incentive to put the technology in unless other people are doing it per se, and if other people aren't doing it, then there's no sense in getting the technology. It's like, but what you need are a few companies that are willing to pony forth that kind of cash, just like, obviously just like Motorola decided, you know what, Guru Wireless, we're tapping your shoulder to do this. You just need some company to say, hey, you know what? Let's do it. Let's give it a try. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what company is like want to play with Motorola. It's like, nah, we'll do it on our own. Cause companies
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll find one of these guru wireless things and actually take apart the device. Like, oh yeah, they got hamsters running this. I could get some hamsters and and just do it themselves. Who knows? Who knows?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely, we will see. We will definitely.
All right.
See.
Next story is Dota.
Dota, Defense of the Ancients 2. Yeah. The International is returning on August 5th, ladies and gentlemen, with a $40 million prize pool. Can you believe it? $40 million prize pool and will take place in Stockholm.
I have no idea what Dota is.
Well, Dota, basically it's a gaming tournament. That's the short answer.
Oh, okay.
This is just a gaming tournament. So you know what? I think what we ought to be doing here is to show the world that what we've all been locked away in a pandemic, that you got good and can compete at a global level with everybody else who plays this game. So you know what? Get your damn vaccine, fly over there and represent the Americans the way the world sees us, as large double cheeseburger eating, oxygen tank carrying, scooter riding, diet soda swilling.
That's if Stockholm will let you in.
Right. That's right. If Stockholm will let you in there, that's true. But with all the diet soda that we are swilling, to help maintain our girlish figures, you know what? We're in there. We'll get in there, defend freedom. And by God, that's how we're seen across the world. Well, maybe not as of lately, but we need to get over there and compete, show us Americans what we're all about when we're trapped in our houses. That's what we need to do.
So basically, this is a gaming competition.
It's a big gaming competition. $40 million is on the line there. August 5th, Stockholm. Be there. Have a great time. If you actually do compete there, listeners, we want to hear from you and see how you guys do come August. We definitely want to hear about this.
Yeah.
And no, we're not going to sponsor you because we frankly don't make enough money, but we want to hear from you.
Yeah, we're not even gamers. So
no, well, I'm a bit of a gamer, but I'm not strictly amateur. And my kids tell me I suck all the time, which is arguably true, but whatever. I don't need to hear that. So yeah,
so we're gonna move off of that. If you guys are gamers, if you're entering, let us know.
We want to hear about it.
So next one is a pretty interesting story.
Oh yeah.
Actually, not the funny one.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad. Sorry.
This is a very helpful one for you guys out there. So the FCC, for once,
are doing something useful.
Yes.
Don't even get me started about that. But yeah,
emergency broadband benefits. So this application process started today, and basically, it's supposed to help anyone with financial issues. If you qualify their criteria, and basically, it will provide a discount up to $50 per month for broadband service for eligible households.
Right.
And up to $75 per month for households on qualifying tribal lands.
Right.
And eligible households can also receive a one-time discount of up to $100 to purchase a laptop, desktop computer, or tablet, and from participating providers.
So probably Gateway, maybe? No, I'm joking. Go on, please.
Who knows? I mean, if Walmart participates.
Hey, Walmart for $400. I'm just throwing it out there.
So basically, they have a criteria of eligibility. So you look through it, and if you do fit, what you could do, you sign up. And as you see right now, this application process opened today, and of course, there's high demand. Right. So
yeah, so definitely. I mean, all joking aside here, obviously the pandemic has impacted us in a lot of ways that are expected and not expected. Broadband service obviously being a big one, I'm sure, or at least simply staying connected to the internet so you can try to find work or do work or whatever.
What I recommend is, sorry, Jeff.
No, go ahead, please.
Go to getemergencybroadband.org.
Mm-hmm.
Check your broadband providers in your area. So I'm gonna type in our location. No, I'm typing in. Don't worry. Can't find it. LA is so big. So, so here are the companies that are providing, and you gotta look at the type of service they're providing. So, EB emergency broadband benefit. I think that's what the last B stands for.
Yes, it is.
So we're just providing home internet, and you got different communication companies. T-Mobile has it. Spectrum. See what else. Frontier. If you use Frontier.
Wow.
Coxcom. and let me look through all 100 services. And these are not just fixed broadband internet at home. You can find mobile internet as well. So hotspot devices. And there is also fixed lifeline service. That's not new. I mean, there's been lifeline services for quite some time now. So
that's right.
Like cheaper phones services and some broadband as well. Mobile lifeline service are mobile plans.
Right.
And if you qualify for that, you basically get free wireless service, wireless phone service.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, so definitely look into this. Sign up if you can. And this is good. I mean, I think it lasts about 6 months or until the funds runs out.
What's the web address at the top there so people can find this?
It is www.fcc.gov/broadband benefit.
Right. That's all one word, just so you know. No, all lowercase broadband benefit.
Yep.
fcc.gov/broadband benefit. You definitely want to check it out.
Yeah. So, Jeff, continue what you were saying before I rudely interrupted you.
Yeah. Oh my God, Simon. No, basically this is really it. Is obviously this pandemic has obviously impacted us in numerous ways, some seen and unseen. Invariably, internet service, especially. I mean, it's a shame this wasn't available during the pandemic, especially in light of those who were doing at home learning for the kids at school.
Yeah,
this would have been a phenomenal program to have in place, so that while you're trying to find work, you are able to not have to worry so much about your broadband bill, so as well as your kids studying. Now, granted, obviously, if at $50 a month, you wouldn't be getting the fastest speeds out there. Of that, I'm sure. So if you already have like a faster speed internet service, invariably this helps offset your costs. But obviously there are parameters that need to be met in terms of how much money you make, how much the pandemic impacted your income and so forth, and all that good stuff that goes with it too. But yeah, this is really good. And I'll just say, damn it all, I really wish this had been around last year. I'm just going to say that outright. Yeah,
I agree.
It's a damn shame it wasn't out there last year.
But you know what? It's never too late. We're doing something now for people that are still struggling, and
we'll be feeling this one for a good long time, I think. So hopefully, better late than never, I hope, is actually what will apply here.
So again, the website is fcc.gov/broadband benefit.
All right.
Sign up for it. See you guys qualify. Get some help for once,
Absolutely.
and they're doing something to help you instead of the other way around.
Yay!
Always asking for open comments. No, it's time for you to help us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're done with.
Don't even get me started. Yeah, don't even get me started about the open comment thing. Yeah.
So,
God, jeez. All right, want to end this all on a happy note here. So hopefully,
I want to know it's happy. It's more like
it's hilarious
because it's funny. All right?
Yeah, it's so happy because it's really freaking funny. All right, so all of you Nintendo Switch owners, congratulations. Congratulations. You finally are able to get a $10 calculator app. Huzzah!
Why would Nintendo do this? Why would you rip off your customers for a $10 calculator app? No.
Because, by God, who needs a Netflix and chill when you could just do math instead?
This is so dumb. This is dumb, man.
Oh, my God. No, it's hilarious. You're right. It is stupid. It's beyond stupid. This is, oh my God. I don't even know what to make it. I saw this. I was like, you have got to be kidding. It's articles on The Verge. If you want to check it out, there's not a whole lot really to it, but honest to God, it is hysterical. So if you feel like wasting $10, you know what? Get this app. Always don't mind the fact that you have it default on your phone, your iWatch, or you can go to the dollar store and get something cheap and solar powered if you want.
Exactly. But if you want a $10 app, a $10 calculator app on your Nintendo Switch.
Oh my God. Well, to the creator's credit, the calculator is a scientific notation calculator. I will give it that. So if you need that, but honest to God, why would you use a Nintendo Switch to get around and punch the little buttons on there if you're like you're taking an exam, doing your homework, and all that other crap? When you know what, use your damn phone just to do it instead.
I don't know. I mean, it's just like I don't get it. It's just like you buy a Nintendo Switch for God knows how much, and then like, you know what? I'm gonna install a calculator on this thing.
Math, Netflix, and chill. Got me think about that one for a minute. Well, I live with my mom. Maybe the math will be good for me.
It's just, I don't know. It's just we gave it too much attention already. That's
you know, it deserves to be laughed at, and that's all I'm going to say about it. That deserves to be laughed at.
I agree. It does deserve to be laughed at.
And Simon, that's all I've got. Is just God, don't buy this. God.
No, don't. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you know, need a calculator? You probably have it on your phone.
Go to the dollar store. Just go to the
dollar store. Go to Target. Buy a cheap calculator. You could even do it on Google. You could do it on Google, and you can actually use the keyboard, and it'll actually work faster than using your freaking joypads to do it. Yeah. Oh my God. Click, hey, I get the wrong number. I gotta erase it. It's just, yeah. We're ending this episode because it's it was hilarious to you, but I find it very not worth it.
Dumb. It's dumb. It's okay to say
it's a ripoff.
It's a ripoff. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's freaking hilarious because it exists. That's why.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe button, and the bell notification so you get notified when we go live, when we have new videos. And if you are listening to us on our podcasting apps, thank you for listening. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and so many other variety of platforms out there.
Yep. And if we are not on your favorite podcast app, please by all means let us know. We'll make sure that we apply and bludgeon whoever needs to be bludgeoned to get us on there. So we'll
please,
take care of that.
If you get a chance, leave a review. Let us know how we're doing. If you like these episodes. And anything else, Jeff?
Please visit us at TechThatDoesn'tByte.com. You can learn more about us, how awesome we are, as well as validating our existence, and see all the episodes that we've done reviews and bytecasts for as well.
Yeah.
What? We're not getting validated doing this? Of course we are. Validation, man. That's what it's all about.
We are.
Money. We want money too.
I don't know what to say. We're just going to end the episode because
that's ending the episode. Thank you for joining us today, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Yep. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Jeff is actually going on vacation next week. So
wait. I'm going on vacation the week after. The week of the 23rd, I'm going on vacation. So next week we'll be here.
Oh, scratch that. We'll be here next week.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day or your night. See you next time.
Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.